When you first open up some powerful software, especially something in 3D, it can honestly feel a bit overwhelming, like you're staring at a jet cockpit, right?
Oh, absolutely. All those buttons, menus,
Yeah,
it looks complex, almost impenetrable at first glance.
exactly. So the big question is, how do you tackle something like Blender? I mean, it's a major 3D suite. How do you master that if you're basically starting from
Well,
scratch?
that's the core challenge, and what's really interesting looking at our sources is they lay out this fantastic blueprint, a really well thought out step-by-step learning plan.
Okay.
And it's designed specifically for beginners. It's not just a list. It's got this pedagogical structure behind it,
Yeah.
to take you from just curious to actually feeling confident.
Right. So let's unpack that. That's our mission for this deep dive then, to walk through the method behind this plan.
Precisely. We're
Okay.
going to look at how it's set up to be, well, slow, practical, but really effective,
Yeah.
all based on what our sources describe.
So you get the roadmap, basically, not just what to learn, but how to approach learning something this complex.
Exactly.
Okay, so where does this thoughtful plan kick things off? What's step one?
It starts right at the beginning. Blender interface and navigation.
Makes sense. Getting your bearings.
Yeah, but the insight here isn't just that it starts with the interface, it's why. The plan seems to recognize that initial visual overload, that's the biggest hurdle.
Right, the intimidation factor.
Totally. So it focuses on making that environment feel familiar, comfortable before you even try to do complex stuff. It's about building that initial confidence, making it less scary.
That really resonates, breaking down that first wall. So, okay, you're comfortable moving around. What's the next strategic move according to the plan? Where do you start actually making things?
That's where it gets into basic modeling tools.
Mm.
And the sequence is smart.
How so?
Well, it introduces the real fundamentals first. We're talking mesh editing, extrude, and loop cut.
The building blocks.
Exactly. It makes sure you grasp how to just, manipulate basic 3D shapes first, almost like learning the alphabet.
Okay.
Then it brings in extrudedly and letting you pull out new sections, like stretching digital clay, and loop cut for adding detail precisely.
Got it. So it's layered.
Right. It's not just throwing tools at you, it's building understanding.
Mm.
And crucially, the plan stresses doing small exercises after learning each tool, hands-on practice.
Very practical. So you're building basic shapes, refining them a bit. But 3D can get complex fast. How does the plan introduce more power?
I see modifiers are next.
Yes, and this is where it connects to maybe more professional workflows, but in a beginner-friendly way. Modifiers like subdivision surface, mirror, Boolean.
Okay, what do those let you do?
Think of them as, well, non-destructive superpowers. That's the key.
Yes.
Subdivision surface makes things smooth. Mirror saves you half the work on symmetrical objects. Boolean lets you cut shapes out of other shapes.
Ah, non-destructive, so you can change your mind later. Precisely. You're not permanently altering the underlying mesh right away. It teaches this flexible, iterative way of working from the start, which is honestly brilliant. It makes these powerful tools feel less daunting.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you've built some shapes, you've learned how to modify them smartly, but they probably still look like, well, gray blobs, right? How does the plan tackle making things look good? Materials and shading.
Exactly. This is the transformation stage. The plan points you directly to the shader editor.
Shader editor. Sounds technical.
It can be, but the plan introduces it as the place where you give your objects their look and feel. It's not just about color. It's about texture, shininess, roughness, how light interacts with the surface.
Right. Is it metal? Is it plastic? Is it wood?
Precisely that. It's teaching you to think about the physical properties of what you're creating to make it believable, visually rich, turning that wireframe into something tangible.
Okay, so your object looks cool now, but how you present it matters hugely, right? Lighting and camera basics must be next.
Absolutely critical. And the plan doesn't treat these as an afterthought. It guides you through setting up your scene almost like a photographer or a filmmaker would.
Thinking about composition and light.
Yeah. How to use lights effectively, three-point lighting basics maybe. How to position the camera to frame your model well, to really showcase your work. It's teaching visual storytelling right alongside the modeling.
That holistic approach is great. Okay, built it, shaded it, lit it. Now getting it out of Blender. Rendering. How does the plan handle that?
Smartly, again, it highlights the two main rendering engines in Blender, Eevee and Cycles.
Eevee and Cycles, what's the difference quickly?
So Eevee is more like a real-time engine. Great for quick previews, animations, seeing changes instantly, builds that confidence. Cycles is the path for high-fidelity, photorealistic results. It takes longer, but it's physically accurate.
So the plan teaches you both.
Yeah, and crucially, when to use which. It equips you with options depending on whether you need speed or ultimate quality. Very practical.
All right, moving beyond static images, animation. That always feels like a huge leap. How does this plan approach simple animation without overwhelming a beginner?
This really highlights that slow, practical, beginner-friendly philosophy they talk about. It breaks animation down
Into what?
into the core bits, keyframes marking when something happens, the timeline where you arrange those winds, and basic rigging, setting up simple controls like for a bouncing ball or a swinging pendulum maybe.
So not trying to make Pixar characters on day one.
Definitely not. It's about showing that animation is built from these fundamental, understandable steps, adding movement logically, not magically, demystifying it.
Okay, that makes animation seem much more approachable. And a final piece of the puzzle, exporting models and renders. Getting your work out there.
Yeah, and this really rounds out the practical focus. It's no good making amazing things if they're stuck inside Blender, right? So the plan makes sure you know how to export your 3D models in standard formats like FBX or OBJ, maybe for games or other software, and how to save your rendered images or animations correctly.
So you can actually share it, put it in a portfolio.
Exactly. It completes the cycle. You learn, you create, you refine, and you share. It makes the whole process feel complete and purposeful.
Looking back at the whole structure, it's really that philosophy underpinning it that's compelling, isn't it? The focus on simple explanations, the idea of visuals, which for us means clear descriptions, those small, constant exercises.
And pointing to outside resources, too, like YouTube or the Blender docs. It acknowledges that learning doesn't stop here. It's a journey.
Yeah. It's not just a checklist of features. It's a deliberate progression designed to build you up step by step, building confidence along with skill.
Absolutely. So what this deep dive really shows us, I think, is the power of a structured, patient approach. How breaking down something complex, something intimidating like Blender, into these manageable, actionable steps makes mastery genuinely achievable. For anyone, really.
Yeah.
It underlines that knowledge isn't just about knowing stuff. It's about understanding it so you can actually use it, apply it, create with it.
It's a powerful model for learning.